Look, I don't care how many times you bring it up. We're not gonna do cat food reviews.
The figure trap.
Welcome back to the Figure Trap. My name is Saga, and with me is my charming co-host Tick. And today we're gonna take a look at some toy news that I saw floating around the internet that I thought maybe it'd be cool to make a video and talk about. So yeah, let's take a look. So first up is some McFarlane news. Looks like we got the Three Jokers line coming out, or wave. And the first one is this Three Jokers Batman, which looks pretty cool. I mean, when you get a little bit closer, you can kind of see like some texture and whatnot in the headpiece. I like kind of how his body has texture too, which is kind of cool. And then blades on his arm are awesome. Yeah, those are awesome for sure. Next one up is Batgirl, which looks pretty cool. It's kind of a weird pose, and it's kind of weird they put her in that pose. These are off of Walmart, so you're gonna have to blame the photography on them. And then we got this one, which shows her a little bit more in depth, and I think you can kind of see more of her details and stuff in the face, and that looks a lot better than the first one for sure. Let's see. And then the next one was this Red Hood. Now this is probably the winner right here of the whole entire wave for me. I mean, to me this looks like the best. I mean, you can tell from like the poses and stuff that we're getting that he's not gonna articulate like, you know, maybe Marvel Legends or other things, but you'll probably be able to get him in some pretty cool poses, and having that crowbar is pretty freaking awesome. So yeah, this is probably the number one and out of the way for me. So the other thing was the Three Jokers themselves. We got this guy, which is like, I forget his name, the Boss Joker or whatever his name is. And yeah, he looks cool. I mean, I have the Three Jokers books over there, but I haven't read them yet, so I can't really speak on what these Three Jokers are, although I can kind of figure out some of it, because there's like Death in the Family, and then there's the Killing Joke Joker. So I'm guessing that those are from the other storylines, and somehow the multiverse is like pulled together with those three different characters. So yeah. So anyway, well, we got him, and then we got this guy, freaking the Joker from Death in the Family, which is that's a pretty cool looking Joker. I like, he's a little more colorful than the other guy. The other guy was kind of a like more matte colors and more dingy looking, but you know, you can see a little bit closer here. It's got a lot of detail. The flower looks crazy. It kind of reminds me of like the Kenner toys back in the day, because like I used to have the Kenner toy from the 1989 Batman, and that little flower, I guess that's probably superpowers actually. That little flower would squirt. It had like a little valve thingy that would squirt supposedly acid out of it, but it was water, of course. But that toy reminds me of that. And then there's another one that they said is coming out. It's the Killing Joke Joker, but I guess that we don't have photos of it yet. It's probably, I'm thinking, going to be a Walmart exclusive. Not sure yet. We'll probably get more news on that pretty soon. So, but yeah. So that was the McFarlane news that we had for today. So, alright, let's move on to something else. And then the other piece of news that I wanted to talk about today, which I'm sure everybody's kind of chattering all over the internet about, but I thought it'd be interesting to get our take on it. So it's the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Super7 Ultimates Wave 6, which these look awesome. I mean, there's no doubt. What do you think? Bruh, they know that. I don't have to tell them that. Bruh. Alright, he wants you to know that his favorite is Scratch. Like, you guys couldn't have guessed that. It's that fish. I think he likes that fish. Alright. Shh. So first let's take a look at the duck. So you got Ace Duck. He looks pretty cool. Like, I like how they did with his like little hat thingy that he wears and stuff. I mean, that's pretty cool. Kind of didn't expect them to go that route and give him like the cigar and all that stuff. So that's kind of neat. And he's like strapped up. I don't remember him being so strapped up, but in these pictures, man, they got him with the and that's kind of interesting. You know, it makes him a little more hardcore because I kind of always thought he was a soft character, like in the cartoon, and even when I played with him, I kind of thought that too. Um, all right, and then we got Cowabunga Mike with the crabs. Um, the original figure of that was really cool. Like he had all that stuff all over his body and stuff, and it's cool that they kind of incorporated and brought all that stuff back. So that's interesting. Um, yeah, and I like the little thing so he doesn't lose his foot and stuff. That's pretty cool. Yeah. And then the glasses. I think his eyes look a little bit weird when they don't have the glasses on, but you know, other than that, like I think it's a pretty good look altogether. The tongue out, you know, I mean, it makes. I probably wouldn't like it on any other figure, but on this one specifically because he's like a surfer and all crazy, I think the tongue kind of works with it. So, yeah. So let's take a look at the next one. All right, so Scratch. Yeah, and this is one of the most interesting ones because this one is like a grail piece for most collectors in the old line. So to see him like put into the Super 7 line is really interesting, really. I don't remember his little sidekick. I'm gonna have to go back and watch the cartoon because I really don't remember some of the stuff they're referencing in here, like the gun with the piece of cake inside of the piece of cake. That's freaking awesome. That's probably the best thing out of this entire wave. And then we got like the dead fish. We know you like the dead fish, okay? Chill. Um, and then we got a file and a hammer and stuff to help him break out. I like that he has like his jail suit and all that. You know, the original figure didn't have this much detail, so seeing like the alternative heads and all that, that's a lot of, you know, Super 7 love, doing good like they always do. All right, let's take a look at these guys. Now, these guys are a different case. Like, $55. Now, I'm been in on all of the Super 7 Turtles Ultimate stuff, you know, but at $55, I don't know if these are really like worth that. You know, ultimately, I think that everybody will end up buying them anyway. But you know, that is kind of pricey for like what you're actually getting here. I mean, I like the little gopher totem. I think that's what it is the gopher totem that like April had in the cartoon. And the little turtles are cool, but you should have got 4. I don't know why they give you 2. And battle damage on the mousers, that's pretty interesting too. Yeah, I like that. I wonder if the size go into the head. We don't see that in the picture at all, but I kind of wonder if the size don't go into the battle damage to make it look like the way that NECA did on their ultimates. So with the Roadkill Rodney. But maybe they just didn't want to seem like they were biting it straight up, so they didn't put it in the promos. But I have a feeling those sides probably go inside of the mouser's head. Yeah. So other than that, that's what you get. $55. That's what you get. Okay. Let's take a look at the last one, and we saved the best for last. My man Slash, which is an awesome looking figure. He's really similar to the original toy, which is awesome. That's all they needed to do was give us the original toy. That's all anybody really cared about, was getting another cool version of Slash that looked like that cool version of Slash. Even though he didn't look like that in the cartoon, it's cool to see him like put back into the plastic form in this way. Man, the colors alone on this figure really like make the figure. For me, out of this wave, that one is like the top. I mean, probably like him, then Scratch, and then I don't know, then it gets hard. And then the bottom is probably the Mousers, just because of the price range and all that. But I do want Mousers, so I don't know if I'm gonna end up popping on it or not. So I guess we'll have to wait and see. Even though we got 2, we got one glow in the dark one and one regular one with the first Baxter. But you need a lot of Mousers. That's not enough Mousers. Alright guys, that's all the little bit of news that I had today to talk about. I just want to make a little short video and kind of like go over some of the things that came out lately. Anything you want to say, Tick? Oh, now you're quiet. Oh, okay. Anyway, we'll see you guys on the next episode of
The Figure Trap.